Well, today is CNN's third annual Call to Earth Day to raise awareness of environmental issues and to promote conservation education across the globe. This year's theme is Our Shared Home, focusing on our impact on urban areas as well as wilderness environments around the world. We have CNN's Chrissy Lu Stout in Hong Kong. We have our Beijing Bureau Chief Stephen Zhang, where he belongs in Beijing. And we will start with CNN's Paula Hancox, who is in Seoul. Paula.
Hello, John. Well, you join me in a city of almost 10 million people, 3 million cars, and it is a busy, bustling city. It is a place where nature, wildlife and insects have to be invited to come in and have to be convinced to move into an area. And that is exactly what is happening here at Dwight School. Now, I'm joined by Ella Park. She is the head of the Student Eco Council here at Dwight. So we're surrounded by boxes here, which I understand in the spring there will be something planted in there. It's 2 degrees centigrade here at the moment, so nothing's going to survive at the moment. But what will this look like in the spring?
So in the spring, we're going to have native flowering plants. So we have mint, sage, zinnia, lavender, and all these flowering plants will be good for the bees that are going to be here in the spring as well. So we have a hydroponic system in the 4th floor, and we're going to transport them when they grow as tall as they can, and we're going to transport them in the springtime.
So the plan is to encourage the bees. Why did you decide you wanted this particular project? Why pollinators?
Because pollinators, as you know, are bees, butterflies, ants, insects that help us produce more crops and fruits. And almost 90% of all flowering plants and a third of crops are dependent on pollinators. So, and the problem is that pollinators are going down. The population is declining. So it's very micro level, but we want to help address this problem as best as we can as students.
So I want to show the bee hotel over here. These are great. So you can see that there's an awful lot of different plants that are going to be brought into this area, and you can see just how built up it is. This is right in the heart of Seoul. But talk me through the bee hotels.
So the bee hotels are different from beehives. Beehives are for honeybees that actively pollinate, but for bee hotels, they're for solitary bees and wasps that will inevitably come if there's a pollinator garden full of delicious looking flowers and plants. So these are places where they can nest and rest while they also pollinate for the world. Yeah.
So the beehives, I understand, will be here.
Yeah.
Obviously too cold for them at the moment. How many are you going to have? How many bees will we see here in a few months?
We're going to have 5 beehives, and each of them have 22,000 bees.
22,000,
Yeah.
Wow.
In them.
Close to 100,000 bees.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Ella, thank you so much. This is brilliant.
you.
Now let's pass over to my colleague Stephen Zhang in Beijing. Stephen.